Hello everyone, I'm Ganeshkumar. I have 15 plus years of experience in designing and implementing scalable distributed systems in multi-cloud architecture. Today we are diving into observability at scale, optimizing a multi-cloud data platforms. Modern enterprises rely on resilient observable data platforms across multi-cloud environments. I am excited to share how AIOps and FinOps are transforming operations, boosting resilience, and optimizing cost. Let's get started. We are in a world where 94% of enterprises leverage cloud services and 70% opt to avoid vendor lock-in. But here is the catch. Achieving 99.999% uptime across these environments is tough. Fragmented tools, inconsistent metrics, and silos team create blind spots. Today, we will explore how observability addresses these challenges to deliver reliable, cost-effective platforms. Multi-cloud offers incredible opportunities. You can cherry pick the best features from AWS, GCP, or Azure, tap into specialized capabilities, and avoid vendor lock-in. But the challenges are real. 65% of enterprises struggle with the fragmented visibility, inconsistent metrics, and disparate monitoring tools. This leads to reactive operations and costly inefficiencies. Flip this narrative by providing unified insights. So, what is exactly a multi-cloud? It is about unified visibility, monitoring all your cloud environments simultaneously. It enables proactive detection, catching issues early for faster resolution. It is about data correlation, linking metrics, logs, and traces across providers, platforms, and customer usage. And standardization, normalizing diverse data into consistent formats. This is the foundation for the operational excellence. Do we have a single tool I can just buy and then have this problem fixed? No, it isn't just a tool. It's a critical engine business value. It accelerates product delivery and enhances service reliability. It optimizes resource allocation and utilization across all your platforms, and it make it scaling efficiency. And it provides 360-degree insights from unified metrics and logs and trees. At Reltio, we have seen observability empower teams to diagnose issues quickly and predict failures and make a data-driven decisions that impact the bottom line. Okay, so how to build the foundation? Step one is start by creating a unified platform. Just come up with an idea of the unified platform for consistent data collection. So you should define and document all the cloud resources and independent. Then deploy a centralized system to aggregate metrics, logs, and traces. This strategy ensures you have single source of truth, making it easier to monitor, optimize across AWS, GCP, and Azure, or any other cloud. AI-driven observability is a game changer. Our platforms are drilled to detect incidents 67% faster, reducing mean time to detection. Advanced ML algorithms pinpoint root causes instantly, which cuts the resolution times by 51%. And AI-powered anomaly detection prevents 78% of incidents before they happen through efficient scaling, throttling mechanisms. This shifts teams from firefighting to strategic optimization, boosting reliability and cutting costs. Let's talk features. Smart alerting reduces alert fatigue with the dynamic thresholds and contact-aware notifications. How to do it? For example, when you have a latency-based alert, for 20% the latency increases, you try to generate an alert. So there can be a lot of false positive cases when the system tried to scale during that time, the unusual load from the customer than the regular pattern it should be. And there may be some underlying issues in some subsystems is happening, or it is automatically getting fixed. So when you have those all these context added, and you make sure the alerts only comes when the context is very clear that okay, there is something going beyond auto resolving the problem. So that will make the alerts more meaningful, and it will drive the right actions as needed. So that is how I think we implemented smart alerts in Reltio to make sure the alert fed won't impact our team's efficiency. And the next important thing is anomaly detection. As the time goes by and the different type of customer, the usage pattern comes in, the anomaly detection is more important because it identifies the unusual pattern and how it affects the system. As you have this anomaly detection happens periodically, so you're able to make sure you're able to handle these different type of patterns in a more efficient way. And then I think it also helps, I think, the cost aspect as well. And the third one is the predictive analytics. With all this unified system of data, alerts, all these things in a single place will help you to have an ability to forecast the resource needs, also forecast any potential failure can happen. How to do it? Again, in Reltio. So when we monitor and aggregate the data for every 5 minutes, and you generate alerts based on all these context, and when you have this data for a period of time, now you can provide that to a predictive model. Now it can predict the next 5 minutes based on a historical trend. So this way you're able to really understand your various usage patterns, and based on that how the system behaves, what it should be done next or what will happen next, so that you can able to scale the resources or you generate an alert so that people understand there can be a potential problem it can create when you cannot automatically fix it. So that's what I think the predictive analytics will really help you to find out these type of scenarios. And finally, it will become your correlation engine. You should make sure in your unified system, you're able to understand all the different signals coming across. In the case of multi-tenant, the tenant level signals, the platform level signals, and each and every subsystem level signals, the cloud level signals, and also when you go next, I think you add the cost level signals, everything together as a one engine. So you troubleshoot and efficiently optimize the subsystems, whichever have a huge impact on the final outcomes. One of the biggest wins, because with the AIOps, our team's able to manage 3.4 times more infrastructure without additional staff. Automation handles the routine tasks, freeing engineers to focus on the next innovation. It will provide a compounding results. Even when you are a small, medium, or large organization, the observability enables efficient operations at scale. Now let's integrate FinOps. Observability of AIOps and FinOps gives you a comprehensive cost visibility in real time alongside the reason why it has really happened. It enables data-driven forecasting for better budgeting. You're now able to correlate the cost with the real usage and what type of usage drives the cost. So now you have a very unique formula to create a budget on the usage trend and the cost trend, and based on type of usage you expect from various customers you're expecting to get. The optimization through intelligent right sizing saves significant costs, and precise cost allocation to business unit drives accountability, where to focus and where to get the maximum value out of. So that's why that having a clear unified observability system incorporating all these data points into one, it drives multiple benefits, including aspect and budgeting aspect. The results speaks for themselves. We are able to achieve 28 to 37% reduction in cloud expenditure through strategic resource placement and right sizing. Automated detection eliminates ideal resources, boosting computing efficiency by 61%. Underutilized instance drops by 43, plus precise cost attribution and 72% more accurate budget forecasting aligns spending with business goals. Also, these efforts translate to real business impact. We accelerated time to market by 3 times through operational efficiency. The service reliability improved by 41% and enhancing availability, and which have an impact on the customer satisfactions, and be able to free up more resources to do the innovative things using and other things. So that's really had a great impact. We understand what is AIOps, FinOps, how to put everything together in observability for the multi-cloud architecture. and how much benefit you can get out of it. So now let's think how to make this work. The step one is think observability first architecture. Designing any system, you should first think how many data points I'm going to get it, and is it aligned to my standards, and how this will visualized into my unified system. So how this will tie to the cost, how this impacts the customer or usage and behaviors. So the step one is clear strategy. So you define your goals of observability, on top of it the KPIs for all your systems. Implement a comprehensive instrumentation for telemetry collection. On top of this, you should have a strategy to apply AI and ML for insights and automations. It cannot be done everything rule based. Intelligent systems to automatically extract the insights and automate your alerts and other activities. Next one is add this with the FinOps, the cost data that will make you justify which type of optimization drive how much cost. Also, it will make you understand how the user behavior impact, I think, drives the cost based on different usage. This framework embeds the observability from the start and creating a sustainable and efficient platforms. So now let's see a few best practices which are highly important, which you cannot skip, I think, when you start on this journey. The first one is you should have a centralized collection of these data so that you're able to understand your systems and customers and cost in a single source of truth, and implement a standardized tagging across all these clouds. The tags shouldn't need a tagging system. And more important thing is not number of tags, but the what type of value you added and how you manage those values, where everybody else able to understand the different type of applications, environment, the purpose, all these systems are working on. Next, you should adopt observability as a code to deploy monitoring alongside infrastructure. It can be independent. So you should make sure that when the system designed and when we implement the code and then when we deploy systems, the observability should be part of those code. And you should create a framework from the time the design starts and till the time it gets deployed, and align the business outcomes to show clear value, how each and every work drives how much value in a more concrete terms, in a financial terms, you're able to prove it. So these practices will make the observability scalable and very impactful in the organization. Are you ready to start? So I can just give you a high level action plan how you can approach this. Of course, every system has some level of observability. So first thing is you should understand the current state. Most of our systems are already built and you're trying to add something. So the step one, make sure you're not thinking the ideal state immediately. Just assess the current state, understand how much maturity this observability has, and find out the critical gaps, and then document all the type of tools and systems I think currently being used and what type of expected baseline performance we need, and then you find the opportunity for the enhancement. Once we identify all the current state and expected requirements and to achieve it, now think of a target architecture. So each and every application system is different. So I'm not going to give anything as a blueprint to implement it, but the thinking should be based on the different type of cloud services and applications you deploy and the different workloads you run. You should have a target architecture defined properly. And then you select the suitable tools. So the architecture should be how the data you collected and what aggregation or alerting interval should be sufficient for your business. For example, we have 5 minutes aggregation of these alerts. And of course, we have real-time platform failure and all those alerts. But on top of it, the more important is understanding the multi-cloud, multi-tenant architecture. We should be able to aggregate every 5 minutes to understand how the systems are working. So all the health check alerts can happen in a more milliseconds and seconds type of it. But this performance and all these alerts can have at the 5 minutes interval. So you can define your goal and target architecture based on that. And then you create a comprehensive instrumentation of these matrices coming into your system. Set a proper governance and compliance standard. Terms don't implement in a different way. These are next. Focus on high impact workload first, because as we do this as a fundamental change to the platform, you should not try to solve all the problem at once. Take the highest impact one, implement this and show the value, how much money you're able to save, how efficient the scaling is. That will make, I think, the successful for the next level of iterations, and that will allow larger context in the long-term basis. So take the high impact workload first, implement it efficiently on that one, and show the business value out of it. So then iterate over it for other services. That's how it should be approached whenever you go for this observability thing. Yeah, we have come to the end of it. In closing, I want to say observability at scale is about transforming multi-cloud operations from reactive to proactive, from costly to efficient. By leveraging AIOps, FinOps, you can build resilient, cost-effective data platforms that drive business success. So when you focus on the observability, don't take it as one cost and customer usage. All these things shouldn't consider as a separate one. So we should integrate the AIOps and FinOps as an observability platform, and we should be able to drive an outcome based on that. With the cost and FinOps data, the AI operational things of platforms will get benefited. With the platform data, the cost and then forecasting will get benefited. So we should think in a way that how it can provide maximum business value, not like a siloed operations. Thank you for your time. I'm looking forward to hear how you're able to take this journey and move forward and share your experience with everybody else. Thank you.